Well, hello out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to my channel, Queen Elise. If you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the post notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I post a video. You can also leave comments down below because we always want to hear what you got to say. We always want to hear what's on your mind. You can use our channel as an outlet. All you got to do is let us know what you need, let us know how you feel, whether it's your birthday, whether you just had a baby, whatever it is important in your life, comment down below and you got somebody to interact with. Okay, today's video, we're going to be talking about back to school. Me, myself, I have two children. One is 21 and one is 16. So the one that's 16, he's going back to school on August 1st. So this is the week and next week, most of us are preparing for back to school. Now, me, myself, I've already taken care of my baby stuff because those stores are crowded these days. You know, they're crowded like it never was anything going on in the world. Whether it be war, pandemic, whatever going on, those stores are back crowded again. And one thing that I can't stand is a crowded store. You know, I don't got too old now. You know, I get to seeing too many people and I'm pushing my bucket and you got to move and all that kind of stuff. You know, I kind of rather do my shopping like 6 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning or, you know, something like 10 o'clock at night, you know, not when everybody is at the store. But there are a lot of sales going on. Of course, Walmart, you know, they got good sales on school supplies. There are also book bag giveaways and different things for the smaller kids. All you have to do is Google back to school giveaways in your area, and then that way you can pick which one you want to go to. Also, shoes. Okay, if you're like me, shoes for boys and men are very, very expensive. So, you know, most of them running from, okay, put it this way, anywhere from $100 to $300 you're gonna have to spend on a pair of shoes if your child needs shoes. Now the smaller children, they may can get away with spending about $40, $50, you know, depending on where you're going to. Shoe Carnival is a good place. All the other foot action and all those are the more pricier shoes. But if you know you want your children to have new shoes, there are still name brands, so they won't get picked at. Shoe Carnival and places, shoe shows, different places like that, believe it or not, they have Nike, they have Adidas. I mean, you know, so just find you a unique pair that hardly nobody don't have, and then there you go with your shoe game. Okay, as far, and believe it or not, of course, we have show stores like City Trends and different things like that. But believe it or not, Walmart is a quality store when it comes to buying boys' pants. You know, the girls are more geared toward the more feminine stores. But as far as, see, my son, he just like jeans and t-shirts, regular pants and t-shirts. You can't get him to wear nothing else. A hoodie, you know, a couple hoodies. You know, he the type of person that I shared before. He may have 4 or 5 same t-shirts. You know, you know, that's just how his style is. If it was up to me, he'll be having on penny loafers, creased out dicky pants, argyle sweater, and the socks too, and a briefcase. But that's not the kind of child he is, so I'm not gonna force him to wear those things. But if I had my way, that's how he'll dress. You know, with the button-down shirt and the argyle sweater, you know, the little neat haircut, you know, not his hair this far up on top of his head. But I like my children to have free range of what they want and how they want to dress and how they want to express their own individuality. So I don't make my children wear what I want them to wear. You know, as long as they're presentable, I want them to share their own style, because Lord knows I got my own style. Okay. So now, this is the time too, if your kids are staying up late a lot, it's time to start weaning them off now. It's time to start getting them in the routine. You know, I'm not. These are only suggestions, because everybody ain't blessed like my son, even during the summertime, because he's a football player. He getting up at 4 o'clock every morning on his own, with his own alarm clock. He most of the days he does his own breakfast. He's gone before the crack of dawn. But everybody's child ain't like that. So for the ones that still have to kind of monitor how their children get up, start weaning them now to getting back in that routine where they could at least be in the bed by 10:30. So they can get their full sleep. Even when it comes to my grown child, when it comes to going to work, oh, she'll never be late for work. She ain't finna be late for work. She ain't finna be missing out on work. She has great work ethics. But like I say, everybody ain't in that position. And there's nothing wrong with not being in that position. God just blessed me, because Lord knows I tell people, when you see my children acting good, they doing it all on their own. I'm the type of parent that told them, do whatever you want to do. That way I can see where they head at. And just so happen the Lord has blessed me with children that are well balanced and pretty much mature. Sometimes they're mature than I am, so maybe that could be the reason. But anyway, yeah, and make sure, to me, like, I made sure my son has plenty of papers and pencils, even though there's not a lot of writing going on in school today, because most of it's technology, but still, I'm teaching them that ain't nothing wrong with pencil and paper still. I still use pencil and paper. Ain't never like that good old-fashioned pencil and paper, pens, dry erase markers. I even got a dry erase board, so that way if I have to quiz him on his work for a test, I can write it out on the dry erase board. This year he's going to be taking the SAT, so I got him what they call it, SAT guidebook. I got him one of those books. Yes, it's online, but see, when he sits at the table and he gets to his mind, he be thinking about everything, and when he want to look through something, I got that book right there, so he can just thumb through it. Whether he'll read but one page here or there, it's something that he's getting accustomed to, so when the test comes around, he'll be prepared, because you just never know what they flipping on when they're eating their cereal. And like I said, even if he don't do but a page here or there, it's something that's going to make him be more prepared. Because in actuality, it's really hard to study for the ACT and the SAT. These are some skills that you pretty much already know. And so that's what I tell children, even about the Georgia milestones. Because in Georgia, we have what they call Georgia milestones, formerly known as the CRCT. I tell them with the multiple choice questions, A, B, C, D. Pick it already. First of all, pick out the one ain't right and mark that out. Establish the one that this one, I know this one ain't right. Okay, that leaves you 3 choices. Then use your context clues. Read the sentence over again. See what it coincides with the best. Use the process of elimination. And by the time you do all those things, you'll have your answer. When it comes to reading those passages, I know I used to hate reading them passages. But what I learned about those passages too is, even if I skim through it real quick and I go to that first question, I'm going to look for some key words that are up in that passage. Once I see those key words, I'm going to underline where they're in that passage. That way, most of the time, that question is going to center around what you don't underline. And then that's a way to get your answer too. Now, math wasn't my strong suit. When it comes to math, I just prayed for the answer to be right on that. I prayed for that. I'm being honest. If it's not basic algebra, fractions, different things, decimals and stuff, I prayed for those questions. So, but as far as the rest of it go, that's how it is. Most of the science, social studies, history and different things, the questions that most of the time they give are questions that will catch your eye. What did Abraham Lincoln do when he was in office, and then, you abolish slavery, whatever. You're going to kind of remember some of the history. And as far as science go, just think about if you was a scientist, what is the nucleus, what is the Venus flytrap. Just do the best you can on those. Because you never can really just study for those tests. You can review guidelines. But I pray for everybody's students to have a blessed and prosperous year in school this year, because our children are worth it. Our children are important. Our children are worthy. It doesn't matter where your demographic is, okay? Because to be honest, I raised my little boy in the hood, but he turned out to be a well-rounded individual that know all parts of life. I made sure both of my children have enough self-esteem and enough leadership skills where they can get what they want legally and morally without having to ask somebody, You won't catch my children, oh, I'm mad because I can't do this, or I'm mad because I can't do that, or they mad because somebody else can do that. All day, I told them, figure it out yourself. Use your brain. Most of the time, you're going to come up with some great ideas that even the other people couldn't come up with. And then the God we serve going to give us everything we want anyway. That's why I tell my friends that are atheists, I'm not going to not be your friend because you're an atheist. I'm going to tell you whatever you need. Tell me, and I ask God for you. That's what I'm going to do. Because all of us are God's children, and that's just how I do it. I don't knock nobody, oh, I'm not going to their church because this will happen, or I won't go to that church because they are Catholic or Baptist or whatever. No, to me, God is everywhere. And if he want me to interact with people, that is my ministry. When I walk out my door, what am I going to do to display his glory? And even during the bad times, my friends know who I'm talking about. Even during the bad times, we would pray for this day here. We would pray for my deliverance this day here. We knew God wasn't going to leave me like that. My friends know who I'm talking about. So even in the bad times, you can still be that testimony. You can still be that living witness, that conqueror. And see, when we have this frame of mind and our kids eavesdropping on them kind of conversations, instead of us cussing and fussing and drinking and smoking and all that kind of stuff, I ain't knocking nobody, but sometimes children, when they talk, we talking like this. They eavesdrop on these kind of conversations too. And that's why my children are well rounded, because they hear me talking like this. Because even like I said, when I was in them streets like that, I still talk like this, because see, the God I serve didn't want me to give up. And the day has come to pass. And I thank the Lord every day. So I pray that everybody's children do good, be great students, pray that they're safe, pray that they don't get mistreated. And parents, if you can, be involved. Just like people at the nursing home, they ain't gonna mistreat their patient if they know their parents or their children gonna be checking in. And that's the same way with the school. When they know you that parent that will pop up, they'll treat your child like they're supposed to be treated. I got such enthusiasm about this school year. I believe this is gonna be one of the best school years that all of us are gonna have. And this is how you help your children with your homework if you don't know too much what to do. Have your computer, Google it. If it's what's 1 + 1 = n equals what? Google it. That way you can still help your child, because sometimes when you help your child with homework, that's your time spending time with each other too. You can even do it while you're cooking dinner. Now what's number 3? Because our children are worth it. And I want to get mine off to college, and he going to college because he want to. He wants to play football in college because he want to. I tell my child, I'm not that parent that's pressuring him. You better play football. I want you to do that. All this what he's doing is because he want to. And that's just the same way with me. I tell people, when you see me doing something right, It's only because I want to, because I don't do nothing but what I want to do. That could be good or bad, but I got to have my way. And then people are like, oh, you think you can have your way with everything. If it's some halfway decent, yeah, I can. If I ain't lying, cheating, stealing, I can. If I'm believing Christ for all things I need and want, I can. I can have my way with that frame of mind. And that's why we have to tell people, watch how you treat us. Because the same way God will get you for messing with me, he'll get me for messing with you. So that's why I try to be as fair as I be asking people to be with me. So if you like what you heard, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, the post notification bell, comment down below, and everybody have a great school year. Let's do it.